Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Timeless Sagas, the channel that takes you on a journey through the ages. Today, we'll be blasting off into the cosmos as we explore the history of space travel. So, strap in, and let's launch into this incredible odyssey that has taken us from the first dreams of reaching the stars to actually stepping foot on the moon and beyond. The story of space travel didn't begin with rockets and satellites, it began with the human imagination. Our ancestors gazed up at the night sky in wonder, weaving tales about the stars and planets that formed the constellations we know today. Ancient civilizations like the Sumerians and Babylonians made intricate maps of the heavens, while the Greeks and Romans crafted complex mythologies based on celestial bodies. But it wasn't until the scientific revolution of the 16th and 17th centuries that we began to truly understand our place in the universe. The work of pioneering astronomers like Copernicus, Galileo, and Kepler laid the foundations for our modern understanding of the cosmos. The revolutionary idea that the Earth orbits the Sun, rather than vice versa, was a crucial step in opening our minds to the possibility of exploring the great unknown. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and the seeds of space travel began to germinate. Visionaries like Konstantin Tsiolkovsky and Robert Goddard dreamed of rocket-powered spacecraft that could escape Earth's gravitational pull and venture into the void beyond. These pioneers faced skepticism and ridicule, but their unyielding belief in the potential for human spaceflight laid the groundwork for the incredible achievements to come. The 1950s saw the first steps towards turning these dreams into reality. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was in full swing, and both nations saw space as the ultimate high ground in their struggle for global dominance. It was a race to conquer the heavens, and the stakes were nothing less than the future of humanity. On October 4, 1957, the Soviets launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite, into orbit. This tiny metal sphere, no larger than a beach ball, emitted a simple radio signal that could be heard by anyone with a shortwave radio. Sputnik's success sent shockwaves through the American public, who feared that Soviet dominance in space could translate into military superiority on Earth. But the space race was far from over. The United States quickly ramped up its efforts, creating NASA and launching its own satellites in response. The race took a dramatic turn on April 12, 1961, when Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to journey into space. Orbiting the Earth aboard Vostok 1, Gagarin became a hero and a symbol of Soviet prowess. Not to be outdone, the United States set its sights on an even more ambitious goal, landing a man on the moon. President John F. Kennedy declared in a famous 1961 speech that America would send a man to the moon and bring him back safely before the end of the decade. This audacious challenge galvanized an entire nation and set the stage for one of the most thrilling chapters in human history. The following year saw a whirlwind of innovation and achievement. Both the United States and the Soviet Union developed increasingly advanced spacecraft, culminating in the first spacewalk by Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov in 1965, and the first docking of two spacecraft by American astronauts in 1966. These milestones brought humanity closer to the dream of setting foot on another celestial body. Then, on July 20, 1969, the impossible became reality. Apollo 11, carrying astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, touched down on the lunar surface. As Armstrong stepped off the lunar module and uttered the immortal words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," the world held its breath. In that moment, the boundaries of human achievement were irrevocably expanded, and a new era of exploration was born. The 1970s and 1980s saw further advancements in space technology, with the launch of the first space stations and the development of the Space Shuttle. Skylab, the United States' first space station, orbited the Earth from 1973 to 1979, providing valuable insights into the effects of long-term space travel on the human body. The Soviet Union's Mir station, launched in 1986, would go on to host astronauts and cosmonauts from numerous countries, symbolizing a new era of international cooperation in space. The Space Shuttle, first launched in 1981, revolutionized space travel by providing a reusable vehicle for transporting astronauts and cargo to and from orbit. Tragically, the shuttle program also saw two disasters, the Challenger explosion in 1986 and the Columbia disaster in 2003, that served as stark reminders of the dangers faced by those who venture into the cosmos. In the 21st century, the spirit of exploration continues to drive humanity's quest for the stars. The International Space Station, a collaborative project involving multiple nations, has been continuously occupied since 2000, providing a platform for cutting-edge research and laying the groundwork for future missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Today, we stand on the cusp of a new era in space travel, fueled by the ambitions of both government space agencies and private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin. The dreams of colonizing the moon, sending humans to Mars, and even exploring the outer reaches of our solar system are no longer the stuff of science fiction, but tangible goals that may be achieved within our lifetimes. As we look back on the incredible history of space travel, it's clear that the journey has only just begun. From the first stargazers to the astronauts who have ventured beyond our atmosphere, the human spirit of exploration and curiosity has driven us to reach for the stars. Who knows where our cosmic voyage will take us next? So, my fellow time travelers, that concludes our whirlwind tour of the history of space travel. I hope you've enjoyed this cosmic odyssey, and as always, remember to keep exploring, keep learning, and stay curious. This is Timeless Sagas, signing off until our next historical adventure. See you in the future.